In the summer of 1993, it was business as usual for 40-year-old Sundar Genomal, where he ran his family business of manufacturing and distributing jockey products in the Philippines, when Rick Hawley, then president of the US-based Innowear brand, made him an offer. Hawley wanted Genomal to become the brand's exclusive licensee for manufacturing and distribution in India. The company was making a second attempt at entering India, constrained by regulatory requirements under the Foreign Exchange Regulation Act, which required multinational companies to dilute their ownership in Indian ventures to 40%. Jockey had to end its decade-old manufacturing and distribution partnership with Associated Apparels in 1973. In 1993, post-liberalization, fairer rules were relaxed to allow MNCs at least a 51% stake in their Indian ventures, and were eventually repealed in 1998. Jockey was looking to enter the market again, and Genomal, whose family had a similar relationship with the brand in the Philippines since 1959, could be relied upon to be the trusted. Jockey was approached by some well-known large companies for the license in India. They surprised Genomal by asking if he would be interested in taking the license, since they did not sense the right quality and marketing culture in any of the companies that showed an interest in the brand. Managing director of Page Industries, the company he founded in 1994 to manufacture and distribute jockey products in India. Genomal family, although originally from Hyderabad, had never had any business in India. In the 23 years since its launch, Page Industries has dwarfed Indian Innowear brands. The company's profit last fiscal, 266 crore, was more than the cumulative profit clocked by VIP Clothing Limited, Rupa and Company Limited, Lux Industries and Dollar Industries. Its revenue was more than double of what any of these companies posted. Among one of the most expensive stocks to trade, Page Industries has seen its share value appreciate by 55 times. In the process, the Genomal family's fortune has grown manifold. Led by brothers Sundar, Ramesh, and Nari, the promoters hold a 49% stake in the 22,320 crore company, culminating in a net worth of 11,360 crore. Sundar Genomal and family are ranked 87th on the 2017 Forbes India Rich list. The association between the Genomal family and jockey dates back to the 1950s, when Sundar Genomal's father Genomal Veerumal ran a textile and garment import and wholesale business, which, among other things, imported jockey innerwear to cater to the US military personnel stationed in the Philippines. It wasn't long before the brand caught the fancy of the locals, prompting Jockey to offer Veerumal a manufacturing and distribution license in 1959. An astute businessman, Veerumal ensured that his sons, Nari, Ramesh and Sundar, got a solid understanding of the business before they took over. Whenever the boys would get time off from their studies, they would be at the offices and shop floors of the business. Genomal recalls stepping into a jockey manufacturing unit owned by his father when he was 10, and spending his teenage years running errands, packing cartons, taking stock of the inventory, and going on sales rounds. After completing his engineering in industrial management in the Philippines, Genomal formally joined the family business in 1976. In 1993, it was time to make all this experience count by entering an uncharted territory like India, where the women's innerwear segment was dominated by brands such as Lovable, Daisy D, Libertina, Never and Featherline, among others, and men had to choose from among mass market brands such as VIP, Rupa, Amul, Lux Cozy and Dollar. Jockey aimed to fill the void in the premium segment. Back then, retailers barely focused on innerwear. More often than not, stocks were piled in storerooms or shoved under a counter. There were limited design and color options, let alone in-shop advertisements. Even displaying the products alongside apparels was unthinkable. By early 1994, Genomal had laid out the blueprint of setting up shop in India. Page Industries, then called Page Apparel Manufacturing, would source raw material, operate their own manufacturing facilities and supply finished products to distributors across the country. Over his frequent trips to India, during which Genomal would visit factories and fabric manufacturers, he had identified Mumbai as the city in which to set up the company's headquarters. Genomal organized conferences for top retailers in 7 cities, including Delhi, Mumbai and Bengaluru, to gauge their interest in selling Jockey products. The company was set to roll with about 10 distributors and 120 retailers. The factory started commercial production in August 1995, with Jockey products reaching Bengaluru stores in November, followed by Mumbai, Chennai and Delhi. In December, the brand made an ad splash in newspapers: "Burn your briefs, Jockey has arrived." But that's not quite what happened. Jockey was expensive. While an average Jockey product was priced between 50 and 60, with the highest price tag touching 120, local brands sold for about half the price. The company earned 2.3 crore in 1995-96, and sales weren't growing very fast. But the next decade was one in which the purchasing power and patterns of middle-class India saw a dramatic shift. Between 1996 and 2006, India's per capita gross domestic product doubled from $396 to $792, and urban Indians began to flock to multi-brand retail outlets, MBOs, such as Shoppers Stop and Lifestyle. Consumers were willing to spend more for global brands. Jockey has successfully created a mid to premium segment in the urban area, which was a virgin space. This is unusual because for any other category, this is the most crowded segment, as far as a branded play is concerned. As incremental urban demand got created, Jockey ended up occupying that space. Page Industries floated a 100 crore initial public offering in 2007. Back then, the company had 3 manufacturing facilities and a presence in 14,000 retail outlets and 17 exclusive brand outlets. Flushed with funds, the company embarked on an aggressive marketing drive and spent the next few years in increasing manufacturing capacity. It now has a workforce of 20,000 people, 15 manufacturing units with 1 in Tirupur and the rest in Karnataka, and expanding into smaller towns and cities. Company hasn't looked back since the 2007 IPO. Annual sales have grown to 21 times. Today, Page Industries works with 900 distributors and has a presence in more than 50,000 retail outlets and 370 exclusive outlets. It has also expanded to Sri Lanka, Nepal and the UAE. Page Industries has taken time and has gone through the struggle of building a brand. But they stayed on course and built the fundamentals of the business, which are product quality, distribution network and brand building, without looking for shortcuts.